On this episode of Mako TV News, we take a closer look at the recent Wall of Hate event held at NSU, the rise of sibling business partners in the HBIA program, and what our sharks are saying about the upcoming homecoming week. I'm Alvarado.
And I'm Pablo Carrillo. Welcome back, Sharks.
In a shocking turn of events, NSU's Wall of Hate gathering took an unexpected turn and thought-provoking twist. My co-anchor Pablo was on the scene. Let's take a look.
President George L. Hamberry II announced on October 27th that NSU will no longer be holding the Wall of Hate project in the coming years. That was 4 days after the wall was torn down, and the wall was torn down also 4 days before the original teardown date. President Hamberry called the project this year a grievous mistake. After just 1 day, the wall was filled with hate speech and foul language from students' experiences with negativity. Student R.E.A. Richter, who had just recently transferred from an all-Jewish college, saw the wall and was confused about all the vile writings.
So my first reaction was, when I didn't even know it was planned or anything, I thought there was like some graffiti, and I was infuriated because from what I had known earlier, this is a very Jewish-friendly campus, and to see that, I was shocked. I was like, who the heck did that?
The wall was meant to give an outlet for students to write charged and hateful speech they've heard, to be displayed all week long.
This wall is a safe space. People have said like so many things that they have been carrying, and they have been offensive to them, and sometimes personal, very personal to them. So everyone is being vulnerable with this wall, and it's okay for you to be vulnerable too sometimes, and just let go of things.
The controversy surrounding the language put on the wall led to the project's closure, but Richter holds that NSU is not a campus that supports hate.
Then I was able to break one of the bricks. That kind of made me feel like how this campus does not stand for any kind of being any degeneracy toward each other. How here in this campus, everyone treats everyone else with respect. So initially I was angry, but now I'm really happy that we did this.
The Wall of Hate has been a reality for NSU as well as other universities for about 20 years. I'm Pablo Carrillo with Mako TV.
Thank you, Pablo.
Up next, NSU's HBIA program shares the story behind a record number of siblings joining forces in this academic venture. Our reporter, Sara Menko, has the story.
NSU's Biz Bash event has been taken over by siblings, and the HBIA program has given them the opportunity to showcase their businesses. Brothers Luigi and Francesco, owners of the Pasta Bar, known as Goodfellas, tell us about the roots of their business.
So we ended up starting our Goodfellas Pasta Bar because our parents, they own an Italian restaurant back home in Michigan. So it was already something we were very familiar with, and since it's a requirement for us to start a business, we figured we might as well just do something we already know and we're already good at.
Business as usual has a different meaning, with Samantha and Ava Santos, founders of the Acai Shack.
So work-life balance is actually kind of difficult for us because we're just used to always just traveling, doing whatever, not really working and hustling. So this was definitely a change.
All of the siblings in the program are currently working together or continuing the legacy of a sibling that has already graduated. The HBIA director shares her thoughts.
We're seeing the siblings come more and more, and they're following in the family footsteps. I think that business just runs in the family, and it's so nice to see the future generations building into the program.
Each of these businesses had different beginnings, but Goodfellas Francesco shared a sentiment that many of them shared.
The biggest thing is family is everything, and they're the one people that will always be there to support you, and genuinely they always have your back, and just business is better with family.
Overall, there were 8 sibling-led businesses in the HBIA program, all of them showcasing what they can offer. I am Sara Menko with Mako TV.
Thank you, Sara.
Our reporter Madison sat down with Dr. Artie Raja to discuss the use of psychedelic drugs to treat mental health issues. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Health Update. I'm Madison Kasper. Here with me is Dr. Artie Raja, Mako Media's health advisor. Welcome, Dr. Raja.
Thank you, Madison. Happy to be here.
Our topic today is people using psychedelics to treat mental illnesses. Dr. Raja, what are psychedelics?
Sure. So psychedelics are different compounds that can be found or extracted from some plant material. So the two big ones that people discuss or is in discussion currently is something known as MDMA, or methylene methamphetamine, and also psilocybin, which comes from mushrooms.
So why are people using them to treat mental illnesses?
So they've noticed that when people who have severe PTSD they're not responding to any other drugs out there, if they are given these psychedelics, mainly the MDMA and psilocybin, they've noticed a dramatic improvement in their PTSD symptoms to the extent where they no longer get classified as even having PTSD anymore. So it's proven very successful in that subset of patients. So now they're beginning to wonder, should we perhaps look at these as medications? Can we look at them as medications to treat certain mental illnesses or certain conditions that fall under the realm of mental illness?
So what are the safety concerns and potential risks of using them?
The worry is, what if these medications or these compounds are used in some other illness, not necessarily PTSD, but some other spectrum of disorder that may fall under mental illness. But what if they start using these medications in those illnesses? We don't know yet the extent of what could it do to the patient, besides just maybe it'll cure them, but are there any side effects? How long should we use it? Who should be prescribing it? Who should be delivering it? All those are questions we still haven't answered. So the worry is just using it for one type of illness. Do we risk the use of this spreading to other illnesses without getting tested or doing an analysis prior to that?
So how do psychedelics affect the brain and mental well-being of someone with a mental illness?
It alters the brain chemicals that are there to ensure that it brings about the balance in the chemical imbalance that exists. The chemical imbalance is what leads to what we refer to as a mental illness, but with the use of these compounds, can we restore that imbalance in the chemicals in the brain? And if we can restore that, then that mental illness, so to speak, will not be there, and that problem won't exist.
So how does this directly affect college students?
Even though this medicine is indicated for this disease, sometimes people will prescribe the medicine or it'll get prescribed for a different disease. Now, that's called an off-label prescription. Now, without doing tests and having research done, if people start using it off-label, then we don't know what that could do to the population. We don't know what impact that will have on people if they're using it when they probably shouldn't be using it. So that becomes worrisome for college students, for example, if they happen to get their hands on it and they self-prescribe it. That's never a good thing to self-prescribe any medicine. It's always a good idea to go to a physician who is trained to prescribe that medicine. So we want to set up that framework and say, you can only use this medicine if you go to this doctor and they prescribe it to you. So that's what they're working towards.
Any last thoughts?
No, the main idea here being there's likely going to be a lot of changes or a lot of thought and effort put into building a system around these compounds and trying to decipher if they should become medicines and how best to put these medicines out there for people who actually genuinely, definitely need that.
Thank you, Dr. Raja.
Thank you, Madison.
This has been the Mako Media Health Update. I'm Madison Kasper. See you next time.
For our sports segment, I have Santi Finochietto joining me today. Welcome, Santi.
How are you, Mia?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. With the SSC regular season concluded, our men's soccer team clinched a seat in the Sunshine State Conference tournament. We talked to striker Alessandro Salvadego and goalkeeper Eduardo Davino. Come to an end of the Sunshine State Conference regular season. the NSU men's soccer team embarks on its way into the conference tournament.
We had a positive conference. We clinched again the tournament. That was the first goal. And now we have the most important games.
With the first round just around the corner, the team focuses on what could be the end of the season or potentially the beginning of another chapter in this fall 2023.
It's a massive week. Of course, it can be scary because you play, if you lose, you're out. Every mistake, everything can be so important in this moment. I think we can do well. I don't know who we're going to face, but it doesn't really matter to me because it's really up to us. I think we can make our own destiny by showing up in a certain way with a certain mindset.
Goalkeeper Eduardo Davino emphasized the fundamental aspects the squad has to work on.
I think the team is a very strong team, okay, but at the same time can be fragile. As soon as we concede a goal, we say, okay, oh my God, what's going on? It's something that we need to work this week. It's very important for us to try and stick together as a team, stick together as a group, and overcome these feelings that we might have in our minds whenever we concede, because unfortunately people eventually are going to score, and we need to react well. If we can reach the strength mentally, I think we can go very far.
Despite recent losses, the players are ready to give it all in the quarterfinals of the SSC tournament.
It's going to be a really good game. We're going to play our cards and give 120%.
Starting the Sunshine State Conference tournament next week on November 6th, our Sharks await their rival, which will be announced throughout the weekend. I'm Santi Finochietto with Mako TV.
The SSC tournament begins Monday, November 6th, and as of now, our Sharks await their quarterfinal rival.
Thank you, Santi.
Thank you, Mia.
And this is it for our sports update. Next up, launching this episode, we have our new segment, Sharks in the Arts. Our reporter Donna Bertel sat with Professor Ilana Lancey to discuss what is going on in the dance program. Let's have a look.
Welcome to Sharks in the Arts. I'm Donna Bertel, and I'm here with Professor Ilana Lancey, NSC Associate Professor of Dance. How are you, Professor Lancey?
I'm doing good, thank you.
There was a jazz dance workshop with Herman Payne. What was the students' feedback on this workshop?
The students loved that workshop and they loved Herman Payne. He was actually with us back in 2021 for our Dance Awareness Day event, which happens every fall. And he also came to us by way of the Miami City Ballet School. So we work with their community and education outreach program. And so he was recommended to us by Miami City Ballet, and the students loved him back in 2021, and they loved him again when he came back this past week.
Was it important for dance programs to have guest workshops?
It's really important for our dancers to experience lots of different styles of dance, but also different teaching methods. So it's really helpful for them to learn different movement styles in different ways that the movement is given to them. So that's really important for their training as dancers.
DanceWorks is coming up. What is DanceWorks?
So DanceWorks is a dance show we do every fall. We have guest artists, we have faculty choreographers, and we also have selected student choreographers as well. This year we're really excited because we have an artist in residence, Jennifer Nugent, who came to us from New York City. She's been with the Bill T. Jones, Arnie Zane Dance Company. And so she came in to do a residency with students from the program at Nova and also students at in the dance program at Broward College. So it was kind of a joint residency. Our students are going to be performing the work on DanceWorks, November 10th and 11th, and then also at the fall dance concert at Broward College as well. So that's something unique and exciting that's happening this year, but we have lots of wonderful pieces on the program, and our students are dancing phenomenally, so you should all come and see it.
Awesome. And what other events are happening here at NSU for the dance program?
Well, so we just had, last week we had Dance Awareness Day, where we bring in lots of high school students to come experience a day of dance with us. So we did that. And then for the winter, spring semester, we have a student choreography showcase that the students are preparing for. And then we're also preparing to perform at the American College Dance Conference in Georgia.
What impacts do these events have on the NSU community?
students, faculty, staff can come and experience dance with their families, with their friends. So certainly there's that part, right, as the audience. But then also students that maybe have danced for many, many years and want to continue dancing while they're in college get to experience that by taking a class or taking a workshop. And then, of course, our majors that want to potentially go on and be professional dancers. And went on to the master's program at NYU. And she was actually in the remake of West Side Story. And so that was an exciting project for her to be involved in. And we're very proud of both of them. And many of our graduates are doing wonderful things.
Thank you, Professor Lancy, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Shark in the Arts. And Dana Bertel. See you next time.
Thank you, Dana. Mia, have you seen any dance performances this year?
You know, Pablo, I haven't been able to attend a dance performance, but I do have a lot of friends that have partaken in, and the stories they tell me, it's really just an awe, and I would love to see some soon. What about you?
I haven't been able to go to the performances because I've also been very busy. However, from all the buzz that's going around about the dances, I can't wait to go next semester.
To end off our show, our reporter Kaylin Berg hits the university spine to hear directly from our Sharks how they are feeling about homecoming.
Homecoming week is right around the corner. Let's hear about what of our own NSU Sharks are most excited for. So are you aware that NSU is having a homecoming week?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and is there a specific event that you're most looking forward to?
I am most looking forward to the raft race.
I think I'm most excited for the raft race. My fraternity, Kappa Sigma, is competing in it, so I'm excited to hopefully see us win that.
And is there any event in particular that you're looking forward to?
The homecoming parade.
What about this parade are you so excited for?
Well, Hillel is going to be in it, and we're going to make our float and parade through and show our Jewish pride.
The homecoming tailgate.
What about the tailgate are you excited for?
Just to see people come out, and so for school spirit to be there for the school.
Is there any particular event you're most excited for?
I'm most excited for the homecoming dance and getting dressed up with my friends to go out.
I'm excited to play basketball with my friend Alex Mangold and go to the dance with Alex Mangold.
And are there any particular events you're excited for?
I'm excited for the basketball games, women's and men's basketball, as well as the pep rally tomorrow.
Just the pep rally. It's kind of the same thing I go to every year. I've been here for 4 years now. So I'm excited.
Okay, and what about the pep rally do you love so much?
The dance teams that come out, it's pretty cool to see all the different cultures and they come out and express themselves.
That is all for this week's episode on Mako TV. You can catch our solo release videos on our YouTube at Mako Television.
You can also follow us on Instagram at NSU_Mako TV.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Go Sharks!